Right. So we just finished up Fishy Business working with Yannick and Neon. And it's saying we should speak to him again, so let's do that.
You look like you could use a drink. Hell, we all could. Ah, ready? You are the best thing that ever. Time for work then.
Isn't about Kazandas,
Auxiliaries reaction.
Valentina needs to cut us a break.
All those years of college?
Totally paid. Rather be cleaning fish than running with
It's
a
a living,
street gang.
right?
Craft, one batch, one I wouldn't give for just one solid week of sunshine.
Craft, one batch. 1 minute starting now. Assembly complete. Craft, one batch. 1 minute starting now.
You didn't hear from me, but
Assembly
Supervisor
complete.
Gorov's got her own.
Shift complete.
Nice to see you again. Maybe you'll find something fun. What are you talking about? Let's keep this relationship
Not so loud.
Was that sincere? Thanks.
That side's a bad place.
You didn't hear this from
Yeah? What?
If you find anything else,
Looking to blow a hole in?
You're in luck. All right, get out of here.
Hey there. Welcome to... Let me know if we... Tell everyone you know about our store.
Take it easy.
Just another lousy day in Neon, am I right? One day, Bayou will slip, and everyone he has bled will get revenge. But, for now, it's a lot safer, easier. But 20% of our earnings hurts. Ah, wonderful! Super A+, partner. We keep up like this and we will both be living very large. Yannick could always use more. Our clients are so eager, huh? I've got cases of blend ready to set.
I gotta tell you, man,
I'll see you
blend
later.
is the best. Come on. Your secret's safe with me. What?
That side's a bad place for tourists these days.
What are you looking at?
Sorry, but I am not traveling halfway across the galaxy to be yelled at by your mother. Hey, you got a problem with me just saying
Need something?
passive-aggressive friend?
You lost, kid? Sure, sure. Most folks head over. I'd say less than. Yeah, well, making. I had some hot these days. Course, something happened. Ain't that always the case? Let's just say those hopes died a long time ago, and there ain't no reviving them. Snacks, drink, thought we'd snag a. Turns out we were. And living. Besides, I ain't a. Check it out. Until next time.
Crates for red.
Recommending increase in productivity. Pausing. Miss.
Hello there. Welcome to Ryujin Tower, the beating heart of Ryujin Industries. I'm Jupiter, the tower's secretary. Can I help you with something? We're the largest corporation in the Freestar Collective. We deal in everything from refreshments to starships. Oh, we're best known for our neuroamp technology. If you're curious about it, we have a selection on display at the Ryujin store near the back of the lobby. Is there anything else I can help you with? The public can visit our Tayo, Tranquility, and drone sales offices upstairs. All are worth visiting. The tower also serves as Ryujin's corporate headquarters and is home to our research and development team, but unfortunately, those areas are restricted. Ah, yes. We have an information kiosk right here in the lobby. You'll find it just to my right. And don't forget to check out the Ryujin Industry store in the back of the lobby before you leave. No visit to Ryujin Tower is complete without a look at our patented neuroamp technology, after all. Welcome. Please make yourself at home in the lobby. What started out as a small ship tech company has grown to encompass spacecraft design, robotics, and most of all, neuroamps. Almost 3 years. I can't believe it's been that long. My first day feels like yesterday. I'm a legacy, so to speak. Both my parents work here. My dad's the administrative assistant to some of the execs, and my mom works at Tranquility. My dad helped me get this job after I finished an administrative training program a few years ago. I like working close to my family. I do. It suits me. I like talking to people and watching the day-to-day in the lobby. Plus, working here is one of the steadiest jobs you can find in Neon. All right. Please let me know if there's anything I can help you with. Enjoy your day. Oh, neuroamps are our specialty. They're small, external devices used to improve overall brain function. Aito Suzuki runs the Ryujin store here in the lobby. He can tell you everything you'd like to know, and more, if you want to pay him a visit. Have a nice day!
Are you working toward that next technological leap?
busy, busy. There's never. Thank you for visiting Ryujin Tower.
I'd love to share a cup of tea with you. Welcome to Tranquility, your new favorite spot to refresh and escape from the hustle. I'm Delilah. Is this your first time? Oh, good luck. I hear they're kind of tough on newbies on the upper floors. I'll keep my fingers crossed for you. Feel free to stop by for a chat anytime. You seem like an interesting person, and small talk goes nicely with a good cup of tea. No, I'm not. I'm from a small farming settlement in a nearby system. Funnily enough, the farms my community maintains supply some of Tranquility's tea leaves. I grew up watching the ships and traders come in from Neon, and wishing I could get on one and see the city for myself. It seemed like such a fascinating place. I don't know, honestly. I never really wanted to be a farmer, so there's not much waiting for me back home. But I can't see myself living in Neon permanently. Maybe I'll get lucky and Tranquility will open a new office somewhere else. I'd be the first to sign up for a transfer. Sometimes, yeah. I didn't know anyone when I moved here, so I was really lonely. The town I'm from is tiny, so I knew almost everyone. It was a big change. Not exactly. Everyone here is busy and stressed, and there's a lot of crime. The stories I grew up with made Neon seem like paradise, but it really isn't. I'm just happy to work for a company that puts smiles on people's faces. It seems like most people here could use one. That's probably for the best. I don't think the galaxy could handle more than one city like this one. Oh, Tranquility is the settled system's #1 tea brand. We have a tea for pretty much any occasion, in a variety of standard and unique blends. If you'd like more information, you should visit our sales office upstairs. Feeling like a night. Have a relaxing day.
Welcome to the Ryujin Industries product store. Looking for a neuroamp? Neuroamps are Ryujin Industries' signature product. They're small pieces of wearable tech that enhance some of the user's brain functions. Some of our best sellers can help with anything from focus and short-term memory to communication and confidence boosting. Of course, they're practically the foundation of what Ryujin was built on. That all depends on what you like to improve. If you're looking for a bit of a diplomatic edge, our Neurocom series is great. The NeuroBoost can help you gain that confidence you need to really stand your ground. And our NeuroTac series, Tac for Tactical, specializes in critical thinking. Sure have. My Neuroamp's the reason I got where I am. 6 months ago, I was barely motivated enough to hold a job scrubbing floors as a janitor at Ryujin Tower. But thanks to this nifty little thing, I feel more motivated than ever, and my social skills have really improved. I can talk to customers no problem now. Plus, I haven't lost my keys once since I started wearing it. Some people seem to think so. I say you gotta see it to believe it. Why don't you check out the shop? It's worth browsing even if you aren't looking to buy. Custodian, IT support, security. I've worked plenty of low-level jobs at Ryujin Tower, and did pretty poorly at most of them. I'm sure they would have fired me ages ago if it weren't for Jupiter, the young lady at the front. She keeps pushing management to reassign me instead of letting me go. She's the one who convinced me to try out a neuroamp. I really owe her one. It's completely changed my life. All of Ryujin Industries' latest and greatest neuroamps. Take a look. I'm sure we have something that might suit your needs. Neuroamps most... Have a good one.
Have you seen the models on display at the drone showroom?
Hey, thanks for stopping by. The name's Ken. Let me know if you have any questions. I know these weapons like the back of my hand. Any self-respecting corporation should, right? What brings you to Ryujin Tower today? Oh, good luck. Hopefully they'll hire you, and we can stop listening to this non-stop audio ad. Don't be so surprised. Ryujin Tower's got a little of everything. Besides, here at Arbron, our goal is to provide safety and protection for our customers. That's why we're the only brand to carry our very own non-lethal weapons. The Nova line. Of course, the Nova series uses an electrically charged ammunition that can effectively stun a humanoid target. It's not so useful when it comes to critters, but if you need to buy some time or get someone off your back, they'll do the trick. Well, I'd better be. I'm a Freestar Navy vet. Firearm expertise comes with the territory. I saw more than my share of action with a gun in my hand. Those days are behind me, though. Now I prefer to stay behind the counter and let other people do the gunslinging. Plenty of stock today. Bye now.
Auxiliary human. Adjusting param.
Welcome to Ryujin Industries. Can I help you? You must be one of the candidates that Imogene Salzo is interviewing today. Her office is down the hallway to my left. Take another left at the conference room, follow it around to the right and up a small flight of stairs. Then take a left and keep heading that way until you see her office. Sounds like a maze, right? So if you want me to walk you back there or have any questions, just let me know. And hopefully I have some... Oh wow, you're serious? Well, Ryujin is the tech industry leader in the settled systems, mostly known for neuroamps, which exploded on the scene about 15 years ago. Other than that, our products include operating systems, security, various quality of life improvements for the home. We're like a full package. If you really want more info, I'd recommend reading up at one of the kiosks. They've got this company's entire history listed. At least the history they want you to know. Imogene Salzo is my idol. She's ruthless, but still knows how to behave around everyday people, if you know what I mean. She's probably next in line to take over for Ularu Chen, head of operations here, which would be a godsend considering Chen has no filter and loves to speak her mind. No one loves brutal honesty that much. Between you and me, I think Imogene is about done with the whole process. You won't believe the people we've been getting. I heard the hiring algorithm Yuko made approved all applicants. And of course Yuko bailed when interview time hit. It's technically her job. And Imogene is furious. Good. Best not keep Imogene waiting too long. And the offer still stands if you need someone to show you the way. Of course. Follow me. This current floor we're on is the main operations level. It's where the grunt work happens for this department. Research, data entry, more busy work than you can stand. Most of the people here are technicians that report to Yuko, but there's a handful of operatives that report to Imogene.
My next assignment can't start soon enough.
There's always work to be done. Pace yourself, but make it a fast one.
And here we are. Good luck in there. I'll probably see you on your way out. Better get in there.
I hope you're more prepared than the last one. Have a seat.
All right, just to get a few things straight here. I'm Imogen Salzo, Senior Operations Specialist here at Ryujin Industries. I don't normally do this, but my counterpart Yuko is indisposed at the moment, so here I am. We're looking for someone to fill an entry-level administrative position. Apparently, our algorithm has failed us and believes you to be a decent match, which I'll take up with our technicians later. So, let's get this over with. Why do you want to work for Ryujin Industries? A pretty knowledgeable answer for someone who claimed to have no familiarity with Ryujin and our product lines. You're either a bit too modest, or smart enough to put in a little research before coming here. Oh, and only one of those qualities is of any use. I assume you know which one. This next one should be interesting, considering you marked having 0 experience and no education. Why do you consider yourself qualified for a job like this? A bold answer, and hopefully one with truth behind it. How motivated are you to succeed? All in, huh? At least that's an attitude we can work with here. And finally, my last question. If you worked here for 5 years, what role would you see yourself in? That's a lofty goal, and one I'd love to see you accomplish, but we'll soon be the judge of that. So look, since there's a million other things I'd rather be doing than this, not to mention that this isn't even my job, you're hired. On a probationary period, of course. Especially considering this criminal record of yours. First order. There's a meeting starting soon, and I need you to pick up the coffee order at Terra Brew. Fairly easy, so you shouldn't be able to screw it up. If there's a line, skip it. Tell them you're here for Imogen Salzo, and you should get served right away. Today, coffee. Tomorrow, the world. Yuko is our senior technician specialist. I suppose you can say she's my equivalent. I oversee the field operatives such as yourself, while she oversees the technicians here in the office. Yuko's team is vital. They're the ones that get the data, monitor surveillance, all that less glamorous work that we base your assignments on. You've never been. It's just down the main walkway. Just go past the main spaceport terminal as if you're heading toward the trade tower. It'll be on your left. Just keep an eye out for their signature orange chairs. You can't miss it. We all start somewhere. Think of it as a matter of convenience for today. You're right here, and I need a coffee order picked up. Otherwise, believe me, we have enough people that easily volunteer for the task. I'm sure they'd think it's a way to get noticed or stay relevant. See you soon.
You're interrupting me. Is this time accounted for? I doubt that. I check my schedule regularly, and this conversation was not on the budget. If time is money, then suffice to say Ms. Serrano would not be pleased with such a frivolous expenditure. Ms. Yuko Serrano? Senior Operations Specialist at Ryujin Industries? She's one of the heads of the department you're standing in. She might disagree, but fine. Let's leave her out of it. And since you clearly have bandwidth to spare, maybe you can help me clean up a, minor indiscretion. We're each assigned shifts to assist operatives, ensuring coverage at all hours. Personally, I like to keep my circadian rhythms intact. Early to rise, early to bed, as nature intended. I'm not at liberty to say. I will remind you of another common phrase: loose lips sink ships. So, be cautious around the office, and discuss intel at your peril. Contractually, yes, but I'd rather avoid the embarrassment. Normally, I do a good job of setting boundaries between work and life. This incident is an exception. Good. Let me give you some background. Recently, I've been assisting the impoverished in both Ebside and the Underbelly. I pay for the occasional meal, clinic visit, or comfort. But I may have lost a slate in the process. I need you to locate and retrieve it for me. Pre-assignment intel for one of our operatives. The contents themselves aren't too sensitive, so if you're thinking of betraying me, they aren't worth much as leverage. My sloppiness is simply an embarrassment that I'd like to correct. It's not a matter of trust, but one of time. I have little to spare. You do not. Then we have an agreement. Good. Go to the Underbelly and talk to the panhandler, Huang. Discarded items are her specialty, so she may have come across the slate herself. If you can manage to find it, bring it back to me, and I will pay you for the time. Perhaps I can best explain with an analogy. There is an aquatic species on Volai Epsilon, which, by cruel irony or test of metal, hatches on dry land. Only 1 in 10,000 make it to adulthood. Most are eaten, some simply die in the crawl to the ocean. Meanwhile, there is a similar species that is born in the water itself. They never make this journey, and thus never know its hardship. Which begs the question, is that fair? In the natural world, I'd agree, but here, we can make a change. I know what you're thinking, and I am not what you'd call a bleeding heart. Moreover, I find the Underbelly filthy and unsanitary. But I also believe in equity. I am well aware that my life came with a head start, so I try my best to balance the equation and bring the hatchlings to the water. The conditions are character building. On that, I will concede. But as much as I dislike the Underbelly, I will say this. It is a welcome change of pace. When you spend all day keeping secrets, a burden is placed on one's conscience. The time I spend volunteering sheds some of that weight. As you were.
I better do this right. I don't want Yuko breathing down my neck about it. Keep out of my way, and I'll keep out of yours.
Welcome. If you need help, try asking if you're looking for Imogene's office and stuff. In the hall.
Don't cause any trouble.
Imogen and Yuka run a tight ship around here.
I'd hate to be on Miss Olzo's bad side.
I'm a little busy right now.
This intel could blow a whole operation out of the water.
I got the memo from Imogene to add you to the system. So it sounds like congratulations are in order. You must have really nailed that interview. We all start somewhere. Be thankful it's not a personal errand. My first day, Camden had me arrange an entire anniversary party for him and his partner. It was nothing short of incredible, of course. But talk about pressure. Anyway, just wanted to welcome you to the dysfunctional family. Need something? You tell me. I'm bored out of my mind. Whoever said, no news is good news, didn't work an office job. Well, besides brightening everyone's day with my presence, I mostly support the management staff. Setting meetings, travel arrangements, and then a slew of menial tasks that no one else wants to do. Credits, collections for birthdays, HR policy reminders, you know, all that fun stuff. Oh, little old me? Well, I hardly know where to begin. Club circuit when I'm feeling social, people watching when I'm not. Rooftop roaming if you want to get away from the crowds. But when I really want a little me time, I just lock myself up in my apartment and blast Borealis's latest mix. The neighbors hate it, but for me, it's as therapeutic as it gets. Oh heavens, no. I don't risk my life for anything except my signed Borealis music collection. Yuko's tried to get me to be a technician, but that's a whole different pressure. Mistakes on that team affect Ryujin's bottom line. Or worse, put a field op's life at risk. Hard pass. I just had my 6-year anniversary. If anyone told me I'd be holding a job that long when I first got here, I would have laughed in their face. I had all the dreams of leading that neon party life, but I learned pretty early on I'm a creature of safety and comfort. Now, I live vicariously through everyone here. All the drama, none of the risk. New Atlantis, believe it or not, home to the UC and more restrictions than you can count. Yeah, obviously not for me. I ran away to Neon as soon as I had the creds to hitch a ride. Don't do me any favors. Nice chat, though. Just the usual. Keeping the eyes and ears open, and pestering Yuko every 15 minutes. Oh, you know, same old, same old. Doing my best to mind everybody's business. Not much. But the day is young. Whoever said, no new...
If it's too hot to handle, we can take it off your hands. If it's too hot to... Always happy... right, buzz off. Busy.
Queue for a cup of coffee.
Hi there. Welcome to Terra Brew. How can I help you? Corporate policy requires me to state that everything Terra Brew offers is my favorite. Oh, the Ryujin order. You must be new. What happened to Tomo? Did he finally get that promotion?
I got fired is what happened. And this is the soulless suit they got to replace me.
Tomo, I'm sorry. I know how hard you were working for that promotion.
4 years behind a desk, getting coffee, kissing up to that high and mighty Ularu Chen, just to get replaced by this nobody? You don't even know your own boss's boss? Ularu is Ryujin's head of operations, or resident shark, if you ask me. If she smells blood in the water, you're dead. Like, who knows? I looked at someone wrong. The coffee wasn't hot. They didn't even have the decency to tell me. They just had security escort me out of the building, like some criminal. So you already know her? I bet that's how you got hired in the first place, through your damn connections. And now that I've been terminated, it's only a matter of time before they send you after me. So I'm taking matters into my own hands. Believe me, it's either you or me. You don't just get to learn all the ins and outs of Ryujin operations and then just walk away. Even worse, I got fired. They don't let that kind of knowledge run around in the head of disgruntled employees. It's just a matter of time before they send you after me. So I'm taking matters into my own hands. You want to talk? I'll tell you what. You get one chance to prove you deserve this job. Change my mind and I'll walk away. Fail, and I think you know where this is headed. I suppose the timing could just be a coincidence. Look, at some point, Ularu really will send you after me. Just promise me you'll remember this. That when I came after you, I gave you the chance to talk me down. Let's just say Ryujin doesn't like loose ends. Chen fired me, and now she's gonna see me as a liability. And that's why it's just a matter of time before our paths cross again. Okay, and when they do, I'm just hoping you'll listen to me, like I listened to you. You're either one of the few good people in Neon, or you already know a thing or two about leverage. Just don't make me regret this. I never should have crossed Chen. I'm gonna be looking over my shoulder for a long time. Thanks for talking me down back there. I wasn't in my right mind. I'm gonna need some serious anti-anxiety meds now. Either that or back to Aurora. I hope you'll remember your promise. Yeah, when the time comes, it'll at least be a relief to see a friendly. I never should have crossed Chen.
Hey, no worries on anyone calling security here. Take it from me, Ryujin will handle any drama that may come from this. You'll want to be sure to report it to them. Tomo had been Ryujin's errand boy for some time now. Lots of ambition. Dying to get up that food chain, if you know what I mean. He always seemed really nice, so a stunt like that? I never saw it coming. Ryujin has connections everywhere. Even Benjamin Bayu. You know, the very man that runs Neon. They're practically untouchable around here. Just getting in with them, you're setting yourself up for life. Well, provided you don't get fired first, of course. Are you serious?
That's the most excitement I've had in months. I feel like I should be thanking you. Yes, of course. Here it is. Oh, and please let Mr. Cho know that we did have the recommended maintenance done. I triple-checked the grind myself, and a mistake like that will never happen again. You better get back before that call.
Show no mercy, leave no.
If I have deep fish. Another day, another ship.
Hey, Chief, you got any creds you can... Thank you kindly. You're a class bass, you know. I'll do my best to someday pay you. Presently, no. Pastly, no. Futurely, it's a work in progress. Depends on how this fiscal quarter goes. But it's gonna take a lot for me to upgrade. I found a primo spot next to the trawl store. I got a roof over my head and all the garbage I can eat. I can't eat everything they throw out, but I can eat enough. About 6 years. I bet you could tell by how good I am at it. It took a lot of practice, and some work on my messaging. But if you got any feedback, Chief, I'd love to hear it. Ooh, good thinking. I've been doing some of the former, but not enough of the latter. You want to know the trade secrets, huh? I don't blame you. It's a lot like real estate. Location and timing are big. You gotta be visible, but not so much that people call the guards. Chief, you're a real safety net. You put the ka-ching in catching. Oh, it's all right. Once per day is enough. I don't want you to go poor. Oh, I totally did. Found it in the dumpster right next to a half-eaten chunk. And it was perfect timing, really. You see, the other day, the wind got a nasty cough and blew away all of my business spreadsheets. But that won't happen with this slate. It's like wind-resistant. I do. I write them on napkins you get from the eateries, and I use sauce packets for ink. It's not a perfect system, but it's pretty damn close. That would mean I don't have to start over. All right, deal. I lost them near the employee break area. Look for any papers near the ground, the tables, maybe even the roof. You find all 3 spreadsheets, and I'll give you the slate. Panhandling's a tough job. Later, Gator. Chief. Wow, that's real class of you, Chief. A+ stuff. Now I can get my books sorted, executive style. As promised, your slate. Tell your techie friend I didn't peek inside. And even if I did, I don't know what half of it says anyway. Hey! Oh, it's all right. Bye-bye.
Oh, yes. Hello. Hello. I'm sorry if I sound rude, but would you mind coming back later? We're actually closed right now. I just forget to pull down the shutters. I'm afraid so, but I don't really want to talk about it right now. Perhaps another time, when I'm feeling up to it. Well, I suppose there's no harm. You can't really do anything unless you can reverse the flow of time. The thing is, well, I lost my husband Thomas last week. He supposedly had a heart attack and fell from the upper platform. Of course, that's the official word from Neon Security. I'm not so sure they're telling me the truth. He was almost 70, but according to Dr. Manning over at Reliant, he was in good health. Heart attack, my eye. There's no way that's what happened. Spoken like someone who spent more than a day here. This place grows on you like a cancer. How that security officer could stand there and tell me Thomas died of a heart attack. Well, it's a damn lie is what it is. I'm sorry, this is my problem. You're just here to shop, and here I am filling your head with my conspiracy theories. Please forgive me. My husband and I opened the shop about 8 years ago. We were hoping to cater to the workers at Generdyne and Xenofresh. The business has had its ups and downs, but lately our rent has skyrocketed, so we've been forced to raise our prices. Unfortunately, the workers assumed we were becoming greedy, and as a result, we've had a couple of incidents with shoplifting and some vandalism. Honestly, well, I'm just trying to make a living. Oh my, you're the first person in this awful, awful city that's reached out to help me. Thank you. The security officer's report said they never recovered my poor Thomas's body, which means they're only assuming he had a heart attack. But instead of leaving the case open until further evidence has been discovered, they've closed the book. I want to know why. No, I can't do that. Thomas would never have given up on me, and I certainly don't intend to give up on him. I suppose the proper place to start would be with Neon Security's witness, Tevin Anastas, that pompous ass over at the Emporium in Neon. Just please be very careful. I don't want to end up with 2 murders on my conscience. Tevin owns the Emporium over in Bayou Plaza. He's a horribly overbearing, pretentious man who wouldn't dare set foot in the underbelly. The strange thing is, we've never had to deal with him in person. Why he'd be involved in Thomas's death is absolutely beyond me. Oh, everyone has problems with Neon Security. They're terribly corrupt, with Administrator Bayou using them as his own personal brute squad. They come in here from time to time, but apart from being forced to give them employee discounts, I've never had anything suspicious happen. Honestly, I'm not sure if more business would be exciting or intimidating. But I'll give it some thought. Thank you for bringing this to me. Sure, I suppose that would be fine. Oh, goodbye.
Would you care to pick up an exquisite gift while you're here? Are you... I cater to the high-end client. Affluent, intelligent, and successful. In Neon, that would be what we call the upper 10%. Yes, you're right. Of course. Of course. My apologies. Please forgive my disrespect. We have quite a few... shall we say... thugs that find their way into my establishment and create a disturbance. In fact, there's a particular Seoka member who calls himself Headlock, who repeatedly torments me by damaging my goods. Ah, yes, the authorities. Neon security. Corrupt, bumbling idiots who couldn't solve a crime if it occurred right in front of their faces. Anyway, I've already taken up too much of your valuable time. Was there anything else I could help you with? Oh, I carry all sorts of unique items from across the settled systems. Luxury products for the discerning buyer. I'm not one to boast, but my shop won me my position as Administrator Bayou's personal decorator. His penthouse is my pièce de résistance. Oh, and before I forget, I also pay top credits to travelers that bring me unique baubles and trinkets, so keep your eyes open as you explore the spaceways. I'm not telling you a thing. I've already reported what I saw to security. Stop wasting my time and leave. Your presence is bad for business. There's nothing to tell you. Listen, I suppose... Oh my god, enough! I'll tell you what I know, if it'll get you to leave. I saw it happen. Thomas was murdered and thrown into the ocean. Afterwards, I foolishly reported the incident to security. For my efforts, I was rewarded with a gun to my head and threatened with death if I didn't keep silent. No. The officer that threatened me was completely different. And the murderer wasn't wearing a uniform. I'd wager that the murdering bastard has a friend in security that's covering things up for him. Really? Am I not allowed to leave my own shop now? If you really must know, I was going for a walk. Shocking, I'm sure. Come on. I'm not risking life and limb to save someone I barely know. There are people that get paid to do that. I'm not one of them, so I simply prioritized my own safety and didn't get involved. A lot of good that did me. It was hard to hear over the commotion, but I'm sure I heard Thomas call his attacker Russell and Rusty a few times. From what I could gather, the attacker was after credits, and Thomas refused to give him any. After that, well, Thomas went for a swim. God, no. I've seen him around here and there, but if he ever were to come into my shop, I tell him to leave immediately. In fact, I would never even talk to someone like him. I have no business dealing with petty criminals or Aurora addicts. Where else would someone like him be, He stays at the sleep crates near Madame Sauvage's place. In any case, when you confront him, my name cannot be mentioned. I'd very much dislike sharing Thomas's briny fate. And with that, I must insist you leave me in peace. That is, of course, unless you'd like to make a hefty purchase. The information I told you. Oh? Well, maybe I'll give it some thought. Maybe. Oh my goodness, that's such a relief. You have no idea. Thank you for accepting my offer. Headlock's quite a dangerous gentleman. I believe you can find him hanging out somewhere in Epside near Frankie's Grab and Go. No one knows. Seoka are sleek, well-dressed mobsters. They aren't low-life gang members. Why they choose to hang out at a run-down little convenience store like that is beyond me. Whatever it takes, just don't go getting yourself killed on my behalf. Anyway, that's really all I know. Head back here when you've taken care of the situation. Good luck. I believe he's a newer member of Seoka. They pulled him up out of one of the street gangs that crawl through our sewers. If you're wondering how I know about that, he boasts about it every time he comes in here. He's quite a large gentleman. I believe you can find him roaming the street somewhere in Epside near Frankie's Grab and Go. Look, if he somehow disappeared, you'd be doing everyone in Neon a favor. No one would miss him, no one would care. Oh, yes, Sap? Please visit us again if you're in the market for luxury items.
That's real nice.
Is there... Welcome to Ryujin Tower. Have a nice day.
Taking something you need? Huh? Not.
Hey, you need something?
As technicians, well done. It seems assigning you to this task was time well spent. And as I said when we met, time is money. Hopefully these credits will serve as adequate compensation. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have an operative to debrief. Thanks again for your assistance. Goodbye.
I hope that coffee is still hot considering the time it took you to get it. You either need to learn this city or how to deal with distractions. So, what was the holdup? Good answer. and the one I was hoping for since we learned of the incident before your return. Your handling of the Tomo situation has caught some attention, and we'd like to try you out in a different role at the company. And since Yuko isn't here to object, your new position starts right now. So, congratulations, you've been promoted. Not bad for your first day, right? Well, they do say it's healthy to have goals. So who am I to crush that with reality? I'm promoting you to junior operative. The position is a bit more complicated and completely confidential. Your main duty is to add influence when necessary to ensure success of the business. Any questions so far? In any case where a threat to success is established, one of us is sent out to create a more desired outcome. This may be through a conversation or presenting some new information. It's all very situational, as you'll soon see. Well, it depends on the job, really. If someone can't be persuaded with words, perhaps a more forceful approach is necessary. You're basically removing obstacles from the equation. Like any good corporation, we consider what we do here to be a trade secret. If others knew and could mimic our actions, it would take away our edge. Really? Well, this transition may be easier than I thought. Now, let's get that coffee delivered. I'll gladly take mine. And since Yuko's still a no-show, feel free to keep hers. The other recipients are eagerly waiting for you in the conference room. Well, don't just stand there. My job is to oversee the field operatives such as yourself. I get the sad job of sorting through the files that our technicians have put together, so I can prioritize them according to departmental needs. Finally, I assign them to the operative most suited. Tomo Higashi was a technician here for years. He desperately wanted to be an operative. The truth is, he was getting overzealous in proving himself. He started writing up his own theories as facts and submitting them in his reports. It was only a matter of time before one of those theories proved wrong, and once we launched an investigation, it was all over for him. Tomo's appearance was an interesting coincidence. I can see how it may have looked like a test of some sort, but sadly, no. We had nothing to do with that, besides initially firing him.
So, fetching coffee 1 minute, and junior operative the next. Gamden Cho, supply chain manager for Ryujin. We won't work together much, but as part of the same department, hopefully I'll be seeing you around. Yeah, it's always nice to put names to faces. And we rarely see most of the operatives around here. Anyway, welcome to the team. Oh, and just a heads up, people in your position don't typically see the brighter side of Ryujin Industries. But rest assured, this is a great company, and the work we do goes toward benefiting millions. I get your point, but if anything, take comfort in knowing that you're the one deciding the methods behind your assignments. Not only that, but corporate espionage is the norm. Ryujin just handles it better than most. Competitor operatives have done far worse to accomplish less. Well, neuroamps for one. They aid in mental illness, confidence boosting, and focus. Drone robots for maintenance and security, tranquility for relaxation, Arbron for protection. Your work only helps us improve and expand upon these products that so many people love and benefit from. Sometimes it takes drastic measures to ensure we can deliver the best products possible. Of course, you'll be forming your own opinions as you go. Just keep an open mind. Oh, and thanks for the coffee. I should stop by Terra Brew later and thank that barista.
Coffee, finally. Well, let's have a look at you. Sounds like something my son would say. And no, I don't mean that as a compliment. I'm Alexis Price, head of the legal department here, and I'll be direct. Any legal troubles you cause as an operative, witnesses, getting arrested, are my troubles. So steer clear of law enforcement. We may have connections with Administrator Bayou and the Freestar Rangers, but they aren't the ones I prefer to abuse. For one, our connections with Bayou automatically grant us a slight connection with the Rangers. He has some amount of influence with his seat on the Council of Governors. But our strongest connection is local, with Ranger Price. He's the Freestar Ranger stationed here on Neon, and much to my dismay, my son. He could have been an amazing lawyer or businessman. But instead, he's chosen to waste his talents to protect the people of the Freestar Collective. Good. Then we should get along just fine. So much work to do. I hope this meeting is quick.
Just what I needed. Imogene said she hired someone new. I'm Genevieve, head of marketing and public relations. Likewise. Anyway, it's good to put a face to the new operative. The only question now is how much work are you going to be? Cleanup, of course. Journalists are pretty quick at putting two and two together. And I get the pleasure of making sure those connections are never made. Or, if they are, handling the fallout. Oh boy, you're gonna be a real handful. Just know that one screw-up for you means a lot of overtime and sleepless nights for me and my team. So, any precautions you can take will be greatly appreciated. Well, at least we have coffee while we wait.
Ah, coffee. You'd think we'd want to support our own subsidiary and get tranquility more often, but Terra Brew it is. For the past 5 years, Tranquility is a recent acquisition and we've only just begun to develop the brand. You may have seen how several vendors carry the product now. Another tea lover to join the ranks. Christine would love to meet you. Tea talk aside, allow me to introduce myself. I'm Lyndon Calderi, Chief Financial Officer. I'll be the one deducting expenses from your pay every time you manage to screw up. Which hopefully won't be often. Yes, mistakes are often costly and involve substantial cleanup, both literally and figuratively. Law enforcement, witnesses, evidence, everything has its cost. The expenses aren't as extreme as you may think. We limit them. The intent is to discourage, not dishearten. This introduction was not annoying. I hope our future encounters are as productive. What time is it?
I hope you enjoyed your little meet and greet. I thought you'd like to know the execs who you'll be impacting while on the job. I'm glad you feel that way. Now that you've met a few of the execs, let's get you started. We have reason to believe that our friends at Kelt Corp are trying to hack into our R&D server, since we're both competing for a contract right now. Hardly. This is the standard run-of-the-mill tactic we've come to expect from them. We can't allow them to win the contract, nor can we allow the action to go unpunished. I'll be giving you a data slate with a file that you'll need to upload through one of their computers. Think of it as a lesson that Kelt Corp gets to learn the hard way. That's up for you to determine. Think of it as the creative aspect of your job. There's always more than one way to get a job done around here. Remember, this is confidential. We can't have anyone at Kelt Corp getting suspicious. When all is said and done, it should be as if you were never there. Here's the data slate. Good luck. A few words of wisdom. Don't get caught. In our industry, the term legal is a bit ambiguous. All's fair as long as you don't get caught. A lesson that Kelt Corp is about to learn the hard way. Ryujin Operations Department is tasked with securing the success of the business. Besides the operatives who report to me, Yuko oversees our technicians who monitor the competition. And then there's Camden, who has the mundane task of overseeing our supply chains. Yuko. Yuko is the imperator of information. On the good side, she can get intel on just about anything you need. The bad side is that we fellow employees aren't always immune, and Yuko loves her gossip. At least she knows when to keep her mouth shut. A family man, good work ethic. Probably never worked a minute of overtime in his life. He keeps this place running with all the latest and greatest tech, so there's not much to complain about. We have several methods we use for this, from technology to actual people. Some of our resources are contracted out, and others are right here in our department. Good. Anything else? You're taking that slate I gave you and uploading a little gift to our friends at Kelt Corp. You just need to be mindful of security. If you get caught, it's on you to take care of that situation. Caution is key. If you think lingering around, I look forward to your results.
Hey there. Not much.
You're out there a lot, right?
If you're here to buy, I'm afraid we only sell direct to retailers. Again! Look, you can tell Mr. Okaribo that I'm doing everything I can. Blood from a stone, if you'll pardon the expression. Oh, my lord. You aren't here about Mr. Okaribo's debt to Kelcor. Oh, this is so embarrassing. Let me start over. My name's Clover McKenna, but you can call me Chloe. Sorry for me outburst. That's kind of you. This mess with Mr. Okaribo over at the Neon Mining League has really thrown me off my game. It's a shop over in Akuchi Market. You know, the plaza next to Ryujin Tower? They sell all sorts of mining supplies and raw materials. It's a fine little shop, well-stocked and immaculate. Mr. Okaribo is the owner. He's a lovely, lovely man, but his aspirations are one grav jump longer than his business instincts. Normally, yes, but in this case, Mr. Okaribo has put me in a real bind. Mr. Okaribo owes a substantial debt to Keltcor. I've given him more than enough time to try and come up with the money, but my father's patience is running out. Frankly, I don't know how much longer I can stall. For now, but let's not mistake my position for what it really is. A test set up by my father. He's set to retire in a few years, and I'm his only next of kin. But I'm guessing he's not sure if I'm ready to take over the company. So he shuttles me out here for two reasons. One, to flash a friendly face for our clients he flies out here as a perk. And two, gets his firebrand of a daughter as far away from him as possible. He's a real piece of work. Because my father has a ridiculous sense of humor, and I can't stand the name Clover. I mean, seriously, Clover? Our family's Irish, for God's sake. I don't think he could have possibly been more on the nose with that name. Ha ha, very funny, Dad. Niall? Oh, he's the CEO of Kelp Corp. The whole blessed thing. If you asked him, he'd claim he started the company with next to nothing and built it into a megacorp in under 30 years. Truth is, he tends to forget the multi-million credit trust he tapped into as a crutch. But that's my father for you. We're a tech company that primarily specializes in mining operations. We handle everything from individual standalone units to fully engineered outpost systems. Basically, if it's made of rock, our gear chews it. Might not be as glamorous as some of the other corps in this building, but it pays the bills. You'd be willing to help out. That's awfully kind of you. No, you've got it all wrong. Saburo, Mr. Okadigbo, he's one of the nicest people you'll ever meet, especially in this city. He really needs help, but he's too proud to accept any money from me. Maybe he'd listen to someone like you? That is a rather personal question, and I would prefer we kept things professional, if you don't mind. Oh, that'd be splendid. Just amazing. If you can get his debt off my conscience, I'd be grateful. It's been on my mind so much I've been keeping a diary. And don't worry about payment. I guarantee you won't be disappointed. McKenna always keeps that promise. When he opened the shop, he outfitted it with equipment from our company. Spent a bundle of cash he didn't have. Obviously, business hasn't been going well, because he's fallen way behind on his payments. Opening a mining business on a world almost entirely covered in ocean probably wasn't the most savvy of business plans. I suppose he intended to cater to travelers that were passing through our system. But it's clearly backfired. A poor man. Nice visiting with you.
Not interested.
Unless this is about mass purchasing some mining equipment, I'm far too busy to stop and chat.
If you'll excuse me, I... The deadline to meet.
What do you want to do for the break later?
I don't know, but
Are
I
you
gotta get
supposed
out
to
of
be
here.
here?
Clover McKenna at your tough city. You watch yourself out there.
You don't need to wear your helmet in here. Back off.
Or lunch. Or dessert. It's all food.
Problem with the company is you always have to perform. I don't mean work.
Hello, my friend. Listen to me, my friend. I hear what the people say on the street. They call me crazy for opening a mining business on an ocean world. I was aiming so much higher, hoping to attract these space travelers, passing through the Volai system on their prospecting journeys. It was stupid to assume I could corner the market on mining supplies and raw materials without a solid foundation. And by God, I've paid the price. Ah! Thank you so much, my friend. I believe that this will be a great boon for my business. Thank you for taking the time to do this for me. It is not often to see such kindness here in Neon. Oh, she did. Miss McKenna is very kind, but I cannot accept. It is my responsibility to pay the loan. If I cannot, then what happens, happens. Things have improved, my friend, thanks to you. But even when business is good, there are still ebbs and flows. The debt, on the other hand, is constant. Really? Let me take a look. Oh, I did not know she felt this way. She is always so professional. I thought she did not like me. That is why I have sent proxies to negotiate my debt. And I like her. Oh, that came out wrong. What I meant to say was, I respect her business acumen. Look at me. My palms are sweating. Regardless, you have done me a service, and for that, I thank you. You can tell Miss McKenna, I mean Chloe, that I accept her offer. I do have feelings for her, and maybe now I will have the courage to tell her. I know they say never to mix business with pleasure, but there are always exceptions. Certainly, my friend. Come back soon, my friend. It's always a treat to see you.
Shift goes long again, girl's gonna kill me.
Again, the customer satisfaction survey of New Atlantis businesses ranked Galbank in the top 3. A spokeswoman said, "We are obviously delighted. Galbank prides itself on putting customers first. Reliability, dependability, and service."
Well, lovely day for it. That's fantastic! I was worried he'd take it the wrong way, so I'm glad you were able to convince him. I'll arrange for the funds to be transferred immediately. Hopefully Father will forgive the late fees. And if he doesn't, I can always reimburse them when he retires. In any case, thank you, and here, for your efforts. Thanks to you. Have a fine day.
I'm glad I ended up at Guildcourt. Ms. McKenna treats her employees.
not in the mood.
Decisions.
Buy now, or buy next year?
Unless I miss my mark, someone as interesting as you doesn't work here. Welcome to the office of the famed spacecraft engineer Dara Ulrich. Such as it is. Word of advice? Walk carefully. Dara is in fine form today.
Man, that sucks.
It is tough for anyone to live up to her example. Even Dara herself. She pioneered some really dazzling advances in modern spacecraft engineering and design. Things like seamless heat shielding with high-tech composites, to distributing power asynchronously to improve reactor yields. She's an unsung legend in the field, really. It is a delicate time, always with the deadlines. We're also supposed to be designing daring new customer-facing features. Things to get people revved up about our product lines. So, I see no harm in going for the easy wins. Instead, we focus on always being on the cutting edge. And too often we come up with nothing. Dara would have us tilted to windmills forever. True, we actually succeed sometimes. And the feeling of that? Nothing like it. But there is no shame in going for the low-hanging fruit, as my professors called it. Oh, dear Lord, don't let Dara hear you say that. Dara is taking a very hard look at thrusters. How they work, how they could improve. Bold stuff, and I must admit, if it bears fruit, well, captains would really benefit from it. But it's so easy to lose yourself chasing rabbits down the rabbit hole. It changes minute by minute. I have 3 doctorates in spacecraft engineering and related fields. I push to be assigned here, and I've learned so much. But the working conditions leave something to be desired. Back to dealing with Dara.
Yes. Welcome to the Tile R&D department. I am this close to tendering my resignation. The absolutely relentless requirement for features. You cannot rush brilliance, ingenuity. Why, yes, that's right. Maybe this conversation isn't a lost cause. We're a bit on edge. A deadline approaches, and we are well behind. What we do here is explore where poetry meets engineering. When we do it right, the clouds part, and it's like the light of heaven. But the pain we go through to get there, well, it is hell. Absolutely. Even the times we fail, at least we try. Hope Tech ships are little better than flying blocks, and Deimos, armed to the teeth, certainly, but ugh. But when we are at our best, the math just comes together in perfect elegance. It is a battlefield of ideas and math. All the star yards trying to one-up each other. But I've already vented to a complete stranger enough. Hello. I've already said that, didn't I? What? The fancy boy? He has barely learned his letters, and they assign him to me. All he cares about are cheap thrills. A more ergonomic pilot seat? Really? We are building the future here, not cheap meat for press briefings. In other offices, tackling different problems. We have a distributed model of development. Vern and I are working on core research, things that could be applied to all classes of spacecraft. Excellent. I have work to get back to.
Where else is Artens? Another time, I hope? This is Owe. It has been a pleasure.
Tayo is simply the best.
Man, I wish I could buy one of these.
No ship's better in the settled systems. People spend their whole lives dreaming of flying a sleek, sexy spaceship. And I get to make that happen. Tayo brings out the very best in people. Space should be more than just getting from place to place. It should be full of color, excitement, and full of features you never even knew you needed. Tayo ships are like traveling in living art. Yes, that's me. Are you ready to make your dreams come true? The founders of Tayo were visionaries that looked at the star yards around and saw a tremendous opportunity. Neon has a life, a beat of its own, and that excitement, that life, was missing. So they worked on making ships that really sung, had a joy to them, something special. Now Tayo is the jewel of Neon. Fantastic! We'll have your shiny new ride ready to go at the spaceport if you decide to join the Tayo family. We have the finest ships money can buy.
Just 3 more paychecks.
Everyone who's anyone has a Tayo.
Be careful out there. Neon never sleeps.
Where else is Artens? If you have your own ship, we're always looking for both. The Star Yards have negotiated. Most contractors either represent mining companies, but really, once you have the requested resources in your cargo hold, just return to me. We'll pay you the agreed if you deliver them. As a first-time contractor, but obviously, depending on your cargo hold. So what we need is, a small ship. Excellent. Let me see your... We'll unload that from you.
Every Tayo innovation is
I want to feel so much safer with one of those drone security robots.
I've got my eye on you.
Kids are going to love it.
I've got my eye on you.
Keep out of my way, and I'll keep out of yours. Don't wander into any restricted areas.
Don't cause any trouble.
Not actually. That sounds great. Come to check out our latest models? Hello there. Thanks for visiting the drone offices at Ryujin Tower. Can I help you find something? Oh, by the way, I'm Bobby. Robert. Sorry, I should have introduced myself when you walked up. I'm still adjusting to this whole office manager thing. Yeah, likewise. Thanks for stopping by today. Anyway, take a look around the office if you want. It's open to the public. Everybody's pretty busy, so I'd appreciate it if you didn't disturb them too much. Oh, and thank you for visiting Ryujin Tower. Enjoy your day. Robots. Mainly industrial models for helping out on ships and at spaceports. Maybe you've seen our most popular line, the mini-bots? We have models on display throughout the office. Feel free to have a look. I hate to say it, but your guess is as good as mine. The rumor is the caps are just a marketing tactic. Catch attention, get people talking. Guess it works. Yeah, I'll say. This wasn't even the job they hired me for. I was supposed to be working at Tranquility across the hall as an administrative assistant. It's just my luck that after I'd been in training for a measly 2 weeks, the office admin for Drone had to go and retire. It was totally unexpected. Apparently, he went up to the executive floor one day and never came back to his desk. We were told he quit and just walked out. Oh yeah. I used to be an office manager for my old job, but that position wasn't customer-facing. I applied for the admin assistant because the pay was almost just as good and it'd be a hell of a lot less stress. Guess that plan backfired. Yeah, I do. I think he retired out of the blue after 10 years and left me to clean up his mess. That jerk didn't even write down his computer's password. IT was down here for hours the other day trying to get me access. You'd think something like that should only take a few minutes. No, not really. I mean, have you been to the Tranquility office? The whole place smells like a warm cup of tea and the staff is beyond friendly. Everybody at Drone is so serious, you barely even get a good morning out of most of the employees here. Yeah, I know. I'm getting there. Anyway, sorry for unloading all that on you. Yeah, I'll say. It's just my... It was total... Oh, really? Thanks for the vote of confidence. I needed it. See you around.
I'd love to have a genuine drone robot on my ship.
I'm busy. You'll have to find someone else to talk to.
The end.
I'm working towards a deadline. I don't
So,
have time for
what do you think? Is it true what they say? Are drone machines the best in the galaxy? Ha! That's a diplomatic way of saying no. But don't worry. Look, I don't work for Ryujin. I don't mind. My apologies, I didn't introduce myself. My name is Lendell Green. I handle robot certs and acquisitions for Starfreight Logistics. But outside of the job, I'm just a fan of robots. So when I retired 15 years ago, I figured this was a good career change. I mainly run tests to check things like load capacity, walking speed, just to be sure the model we're buying matches industry specifications. Once the sale goes through, we integrate the robots with our human crews. If the haulers don't abuse them and do regular maintenance, even the older Model A's will last a very long time. We're a small interstellar shipping company, at least compared to the Hope Techs of the world. But what we lack in size, we make up for in quality. You think Ron Hope has someone like me making sure every bot he buys is up to standard? Not a chance. I played professional bat ball, believe it or not. I was a utility infielder for my hometown team in Aquila City. But then I messed up my knee trying to turn a 4.63 double play, and I had to retire early. They say athletes die 2 deaths. But tinkering with robots has given me a second life. I'll see you around.
Keep out of my way, and I'll keep out of yours.
I've never seen a drone robot before.
I've got my eye on you.
Visiting Tranquility always cheers me up.
I wonder if the Tranquility and drone employees get along.
I got to meet Tranquility's blend master during my last...
Don't cause any trouble.
If you're hoping for a cup of tea, you should visit the
I'm
store
sorry, but
in the
I
lobby.
don't have time to talk now.
If you need product
preparing for a
recommendations,
presentation.
our blend master will be happy to help.
Don't wander into any restricted areas.
Hello there. I'm Nancy Ellicott, Tranquility's blend master. Did you have any questions about our tea selections? I'm responsible for monitoring our product's quality to make sure every cup of tea that we deliver is perfect. I'm also the lucky soul who gets to come up with new blends for Tranquility to produce and sell. It's the best part of my job. Are you looking to buy any tea today? I'm happy to make a recommendation. Oh, it is difficult to pick. I think I'm the most proud of the Dynastic Blend Green Tea. The flavor profile is elegant and refined without any of the bitterness and... Oh gosh, listen to me going on. I'll spare you and stop there. Oh, well, our lemon tea is excellent for sore throats. My daughter tells me it helps with headaches too. I'd recommend our Sunray tea, our Dynastic blend, or our black teas. Our office administrator swears by the Sunray tea. She insists it's better than Terra Brew for a jolt of energy in the morning. I'd recommend our chamomile, lotus, and easy sleep teas. My husband drinks a cup of easy sleep every night, and it's worked wonders for his insomnia. Thanks for visiting. Let me know if you have any questions about her. Thanks for visiting. I'm always looking for new and... I want to say it's been 8 years or so now. I'm one of the few who came to this location after the acquisition. And good thing I did, otherwise I never would have met my husband, Thomas. Oh, goodness, no. Neon had long since run out of room by the time Ryujin acquired us. Plus, with an environment like this, it's more cost-efficient to process the tea where it's grown. I am not surprised to hear that. There are a few Ellicotts floating around Ryujin Tower.
My daughter, Jupiter, works at the front desk in the lobby, and my husband is an administrative assistant on the executive floor. Stop and say hello to Jupiter next time you're passing her desk, will you? Most people just walk right by her, and I think she gets a little bored. I'm always happy to if you need help with the blunt. Have a good day.
Security's even tighter up here.
I hope Tranquility has some job openings soon.
Hello, my name's Christine. I'm the office manager here. What brings you in today? Tranquility is a fairly new addition to the Ryujin family, so marketing really wanted to push our public availability. Being able to discuss our blends and processes face-to-face with our customers has really improved our brand awareness. I can't blame you. I'm an avid tea drinker myself. There's nothing like a cup of our Sunray tea to put a spring in your step on a rainy neon day. If you'd like to learn more about how our teas are made, you should speak with our blend master. Her name's Nancy. You'll find her in our office just behind you. And thanks for stopping by. Please let me know if there's anything I can do to make your visit more comfortable. I don't know too much about the history, only that the founding CEO, Dakota Seri, still holds their position today. I heard one of Ryujin's board of directors stumbled upon the original shop while on vacation and was instantly in love. Next thing they knew, Seri's small family business was part of a multi-billion credit corporation. Oh no, we're just a satellite office here at Ryujin Tower. Since we're a young addition to the corporate family, marketing and finance both thought it'd be beneficial to have a physical presence. So far, it's been really useful for our rapidly growing business. Oh no, we're just a satellite office here at... Since we're a young addition... So far, I do, yes. Living in Neon is a dream come true for me, and this job is the icing on the cake. Tranquility takes excellent care of its employees. No, I'm not. I grew up in Aquila City. I always wanted to live near the ocean, so Volai Alpha seemed like the perfect place to move when I was old enough. Of course, back then I didn't realize the whole planet was ocean with zero sunshine. But there's just something about Neon, you know? This city flourishes against the odds, and that's what I love about it now. Oh, it certainly does. While Ryujin allows its subsidiaries a certain amount of independence, some policies are enforced. I heard the CEO is big on morale and personal investment, so she promotes competitive wages, ample time off, and continued education. I do, yes. It takes some getting used to. You really have to love the city itself. Otherwise, there's not much else. I do, yes. Oh, don't be too hard on yourself, dear. You'll learn. The office manager at Drone started 2 weeks ago, and he's getting the hang of it already. I'm sure he'd be happy to know he isn't the only one still learning. I do, yes. I'm so happy you're adjusting to your new job. I'm glad to call you a coworker. Thanks for visiting Tranquility. Enjoy your day.
Fingers crossed these drone robots are childproof.
Yes. These reporters in back.
Imogene told me she hired another operative. Welcome to the team. It's great, as far as I'm concerned. I have a lot of respect for Imogene. She's not afraid to take what she wants. And hates paperwork as much as I do. But what I like the most? She trusts us to get things done. None of that micromanaging crap. I can't speak for what every operative does. People tend to keep their cards close to the chest in operations. But me personally, I'm a field agent. I specialize in gathering intel that our techs can't get. especially blackmail material, on high-profile clients and execs. Most assignments take me to the Astro Lounge or Paradiso. It's an incredible job. Great perks, too. I spend most of my time undercover living in luxury. I'm headed into the field again soon. Wish me luck.
Well, look who survived their first assignment. How'd it go? Anything to report? A fair question. We may have plenty of eyes and ears out there, but I'm still going to need an answer. Not a single setback. Huh. I knew you were going to be perfect for this job. If you recall, setbacks mean a lot of things for a lot of people. Payoffs, cover stories, cleanup crews. You get my drift. The cleaner your work, the more intact your payments stay. I'm sure you understand. I hired you because you can get results. Whether or not you want to be fully compensated for them is up to you. In the meantime, I'll make sure that slate is properly disposed of. So, now that we know you're capable of handling some light cyber mischief, let's try your hand at a little framing. And I'd argue that arts and crafts is exactly what we do here, just on a much higher level. One of our subsidiaries, Arboron, is currently competing for a contract against Laredo. Now, the buyer likes to keep their associations clean, and will be sending a representative to Laredo in Aquila City for an evaluation. We just need you to visit their office first and accidentally leave behind some incriminating evidence against their company. We want a clean and careful job. Obviously, we don't want any bad press at this point, or we could lose the deal. I don't want to hear any news about bounties or bodies coming out of Aquila City. The inspection will be similar to an audit. These things are usually pretty thorough. Filing cabinets, desks. I trust you can be smart about it. That's the motivational mentality our executives love to hear. Here's the slate we need you to plant. It holds confidential files that'll cast the perfect negative light on our friends at Laredo. Now, get going. Those files aren't going to relocate them. Well, it's not high on my list of travel destinations. Aquila City is the capital of the Freestar Collective, though you'd never guess by looking at it. It's dusty, dull, and a bit bigger on abiding by the rules since it houses the Freestar Rangers. Laredo is run by Raisha Lance. Don't be surprised if you see her running the storefront, or let her appearance fool you. She's a shrewd businesswoman, but an even more talented engineer, responsible for most of their better designs. Laredo is probably our biggest competition when it comes to weapon production, which is why this assignment is important. I've given you a slate with confidential files on them. You need to get into an office area of Laredo Firearms and plant the slate where an auditor can find it. I'd suggest a cabinet in the head office. Remember, don't get caught. Try not to make a caution is key.
I've got my eye on you.
Nice to. Don't you have some work to do? I wouldn't be here if I didn't, but that's a bit of a loaded question. When it comes to benefiting the lives of employees and customers, Ryujin's as good as it gets. It's the corporate games that I could do without. My parents raised me to believe in hard, honest work. Ryujin has more than its fair share of hard workers. It's the honesty that's questionable. I probably shouldn't get into the details. It's a sensitive topic, and I'd hate to muddy the waters since he just started. Oh, is that so? I think... Alright, fine. You'll learn all about this sooner or later, so why not now? Ryujin Industries has some deeply embedded ties to Administrator Bayu, so he has a somewhat profound influence in the corporation. One word from Bayu could get you hired or fired. I'm probably not even aware of the amount of favors owed between both parties. But his influence is far from honest. If I had it my way, hard work is what would get you ahead here, not the word of someone who's morally bankrupt. Well, technically, everyone in operations is dedicated to supplying the other departments with whatever they need. You operatives, field agents, and technicians alike supply information or get results that our executives use every day to make things happen. I'm just on the more legit side of things. Or the boring side, as some might call it. Supply chain manager. I basically keep all our different departments supplied with anything they need to get their jobs done. R&D requests are my favorite since they can be the most challenging, not to mention the most interesting. But almost everything you see in Ryujin Tower went through me at some point. Have a great day.
Keep out of my way and I'll keep out of yours.
Supply chain disruption.
How's it going? Oh, you know, same old, same old.
Something to report?
Now you all might want to do your business. Take a gander.
want to steer clear of the stretch. Lots of
I think you'll
crime
find
over
that we
there.
can. Indeed. As a matter of fact, they're made in this very building. You're standing in the storefront of the Laredo Firearms Factory. I designed and manufactured every firearm for sale here. As such, I can offer you my personal assurance they're of the highest quality. When a CEO distances herself from the customers, her decision-making suffers. Here I get to see what matters, what sells, what doesn't, and why. It's invaluable. Plus, it's better than the endless meetings. You take care.
You keep everything on the level and we'll get along great.
The sales floor is downstairs.
Not sure.
Busy. There's never a dull day. Shady business? Oh, I don't think that's true. We're a massive corporation. Things are bound to seem a little strange to newcomers. Look, you're starting... But fine. You clearly are getting close with the bosses, so you'll find out one way or another. It's a cutthroat world on the executive floor. I wouldn't put it past most of the higher-ups to sabotage our rivals. Or each other, for that matter. I'd prefer to leave it at that. I like this job, and I want to keep it. What started out as... See you later!
I was hoping you'd show up soon. Is it done? Excellent. I'll let Ularo know that we can start moving forward with our negotiations. Now, I think it's time to examine a different set of skills. I hope you're ready to get...